Listen, y'all, you could have chose to put yourself first recently, and that was one of the best decisions you have made uh, in probably a while. All right. Your ancestors are so happy and proud of you for this decision that you made. It may have been a little bit of a difficult decision. It may have taken you a little while to think about it and to ponder over it and to figure out if it was really one of the best decisions or choices that you could make. And this choice or decision had to do with you putting yourself first, all right? Many of you all are used to going above and beyond for others. You could be used to doing, I don't want to necessarily call it people pleasing, but you could be used to making sure that everybody else is happy before you make sure that you're happy. You could be used to, you're the type of individual that maybe you do a lot of over giving to people. You're the type of friend that everybody would love to have. Maybe you're always showing up for people, looking out for people. Even when you're not around, you're thinking about them, you're caring about them. All right. You're the type of individual that really likes to show your care and love for others by doing things for them, right? That's many of y'all's love language. You do acts of kindness. You do a lot of selfless acts of kindness for people, right? Almost to a fault. And the reason why it's saying it's almost to a fault is because a lot of the time, some of these individuals aren't giving you back what it is that you give to them. Or you may end up, not feeling like it was worth it a lot of the time or some of the times. And for some of you all, you may even have resentment at times for these individuals who you may decide to go above and beyond for. All right. So recently you could have chosen yourself. You could have chosen to pour more into yourself or to do more for yourself. Some of you all, maybe you care a lot about helping to build up others and improving others and helping them to accomplish their goals and to succeed while kind of putting your goals to the side or kind of putting yourself and your self-care and things of that sort on the side. And it's not fair for you. And to be quite honest, for some of you all, your ancestors have been very, very strong-willed. Your angels, okay, your guardian angels as well, about you choosing yourself. They may have even been doing things to make it obvious to you that you need to put yourself first, that there's nothing wrong with you caring more about yourself or doing more for yourself or taking time to just enjoy your life, enjoy what you have created or built or manifested, right? Or take time to see what it is that you need to do next to continue to be successful in your own right, so to say. And so for some of you all, this to a fault, okay, is because some individual or some people may have become reliant on you or expectant of what it is that you do for them, to the point to where they may have stopped showing you that they appreciated it or treating it as though it is, they may have started to treat it again as though it's expected, like that's something that you're just supposed to do, not something that you're doing because you're kind, you're generous, you're loving, you're caring, right? And so your ancestors like, oh, no, fuck all of that. Oh, no, that's not what we doing. Okay? That's not what they're about to allow to happen to you. One of the main reasons why is because for some of you all, and this is something of a very powerful revelation that you could have had recently, you are a lot more valuable to the world than you could have realized before. There's a lot more that you could be doing or offering or giving to the world that the world could benefit from. Not just this small group of individuals or this one individual who you could have been going above and beyond for. And the universe essentially feels like it's not fair to the others or to the world or your ancestors your angels, they can see this, right? They can see your true potential. They can see what it is that you have to give and offer, and all the great things that you can help with in the world, whether it be being able to have enough energy, motivation, stamina, determination, uh, inspiration to go out and do the same thing that you probably were doing for these other individuals who, for some of y'all, weren't appreciating it, to go and do it for others who would appreciate it, who would value it, who do have no problem with showing you that they appreciate it, or that they value it, or that you're not wasting your time, or that are willing to have an equal give and take, so to say. To where you're not always feeling like you're being taken from or taken for granted, or feeling like you're always getting the last of the situation, right? Because for some of you all, you could have helped others so much that you have seen others literally become extremely successful and maybe even surpass your levels of success before you were able to. And that's the shit that you're like, nah, fuck all of that. Or your ancestors are like, because some of these individuals may not be respecting you or appreciating what role you played in their success, or how you helped them more than they may realize, or more than what they're willing to admit, or because for some of them, they have fragile egos, so they're not as willing to admit when others have helped them or looked out for them. They like to think that they did it all on their own, or they may treat you like that, right? And so for some of you all, if you were not nudged by your ancestors or by the universe or by the divine to get this shit straight, right? You just had this powerful revelation. Maybe you recognize, maybe someone did become way more successful than you, and it was directly due to something that you did for them, and they started to act like you didn't have anything to do with, the success that they gained, or they started to act very cocky or arrogant with you, almost as if you're, they don't want to be involved with you anymore since they've reached a level of success of some sort. All right. Or maybe you felt like it was wasted, the time and energy that you gave to an individual, or that you did supporting someone, or that you did looking out for someone, or that you did being a good friend, a good neighbor, a good coworker, a good whatever. Maybe you felt like it was wasted, right? Like maybe this individual didn't end up doing something that maybe you worked very hard to help them to achieve, or maybe they went and gave whatever, like if they could have repaid you for what it was that you did, instead of repaying you, they went and squandered it, or went and gave it to another individual that didn't deserve it, right? It's that type of shit for some of y'all that you've realized recently, like, nah, fuck all of that. And so in that process, you could have put off things that you really wanted to accomplish, things that you were really interested in, things that you really wanted to do, things that make you happy, things that keep you feeling good about yourself, things that keep you waking up excited in the morning for the day type of thing, right? And so you decided to choose yourself and put yourself first. For some of y'all, this has to do with maybe a career choice or path that you may have chosen. Some of you all may have something to do with a business decision of some sort. It could have something to do with a location where you would like to live or be at, or something that you want to continue doing with your free time. Maybe you became, I don't like calling it selfish, but maybe you became more selfish with your energy, more selfish with your time, more selfish with your, some of y'all, it's your knowledge, it's your wisdom. You could have been putting people up on game. You could have been trying to show people what's really good, and they were acting like that was something that you were just supposed to do, or they weren't appreciating it, right? Wow. Okay. Some of you all were trying to fix someone. Okay. Let's just be real here. Some of y'all were trying to fix a motherfucker that can't be fixed. Let me say it like that. All right. And you could be really pissed the fuck off because you could feel like you wasted your time, effort, or energy with that individual. And the reason why you also could be pissed the fuck off is because they made you believe or think that they would change, or that they could be better or do better, or that maybe they lied and said that others have not helped them, have not looked out for them, have not been there for them, or things of that sort. And so you wanted to show them a real one, so to say. And then you realize why that wasn't true, why they, most likely it probably was that they did have people looking out for them, they did have people helping them, they did have people who supported them, but they were disrespectful towards those individuals, or maybe they didn't appreciate it, or maybe they were sly away talking shit about them because they were fucking jealous, or whatever it was that they were doing, right? You know, some people like to somebody asked, like, what is victim mentality really? It's almost like somebody, for some of y'all, they played like they were a victim in a situation, but they really weren't, though. Or maybe they were a victim, but they were part of the reason why it happened, so to say, okay? And they're not willing to take responsibility for their own actions or where they are in life. So if they made very poor choices and decisions in their life, they like to blame others instead of taking responsibility for those things that they did, right? Their part or their role in the situation. Now, that's not all the way victim mentality, but, you know, you could be dealing with an individual that has victim mentality. The issue is, though, you could have legitimately thought, and they could have made it seem as though they really did need help with something, or they really valued what it is that you were offering to them, or that they really wanted to change and they just never got the opportunity or the chance. Or maybe they say things like they're dealing with racism when they're really not, or maybe they're saying they're dealing with prejudices and so on when they're really not. Or they have the ability to make their life better, but when they get these opportunities and chances, they fuck them up because of their ego. Okay, or because of their poor choices and decisions that they make in life. And so you could have felt sorry for that individual and wanted to look out for them, wanted to help them, right? Maybe you put some of your goals or your things that you were doing for yourself to the side to help them, to empower them, to look out for them, to show them that, hey, not everybody is like the individuals that fucked you over, that they claim fucked them over or whatever. Maybe down the line you realize that they were lying, right? But you were trying to show them a real one. And you realize why you can't show everybody what a real one is, because not everybody wants a real one. And not everybody is a real one, right? So your ancestors or your angels, your spirit guides have watched this happen and watched this occur, okay? And they decided to put you up on game and let you know, like, no, you can't keep doing that, because you got bigger, better things to be accomplishing or focusing on in this world other than this little measly ass bullshit that this individual or these people are pulling. Right? Some of you all could have used your spiritual gifts or spiritual abilities of some sort to look out for these individuals or to help them. All right? They could have tricked you and made you think that they needed some sort of help, but they really didn't. They were just greedy? What the fuck? All right. Others of you, the universe is saying that it is your time to shine. All right. And you could have been sensing that or recognizing that or realizing that and decided to take the universe up on its offer. Right. You started to see that a lot of these good choices and decisions that you have been making in the past have started to produce a harvest for you, which is that of more of what the life is that you want, right? So you're starting to get a lot more opportunities for some of you all, or chances to do things that you really want to do that make you really happy. Or maybe you're getting a lot of opportunities and chances to work with certain individuals, or to just whatever it is. Some of y'all are definitely getting some very valuable opportunities or chances of some sort, because others see the value in you, or they want to work with you, or they want to team up with you, or they want to be friends with you, or for some of y'all it's lovers with you. Okay. So, and they love your energy. They love what it is that you're about. They love your intelligence or your artistic gifts or abilities of some sort, your talents, or just who you are. And so because you have been working on yourself and improving yourself, you're being offered what matches that, right? So some of you all made this choice or this decision to choose yourself recently, and you're starting to see the fruits of that labor, right? The fruits of those choices. You're starting to reap a harvest or a reward because of this. And that's because it was the right choice or the right decision for you, right? Somebody could have been trying to make it seem like you're hard to deal with, or you're not trustworthy, or you're not valuable, or you're the one that needs to take a seat and invest in them instead of investing in yourself, type of thing, or y'all, something like that. Others of you, somebody really got real pissed off at you if you did start to pour into yourself and to put yourself first, and you started to make more moves. You started to really like boss up type shit. You started to take your life more seriously, and your divine missions or your divine path that you're on, or whatever the case is. And some of you all started to do that after you had a powerful revelation of some sort. Okay, maybe you figured out what your true purpose is in life, or your divine path, or what it is that you really wanted to do and pour a lot into. So you started to do that, and somebody who was used to you putting yourself last, or always Herculesing them, right? And, you know, just like all about them and big up in them and running behind them and, you know, completely doing everything for them type of thing. They're used to that, and now they see you pouring into yourself. They see you making very proper choices and decisions that are actually correct and accurate for you to be making. You're investing more in yourself or in your happiness or whatever it is, and less in them. And they don't fucking like it. All right? Just straight up, they don't fucking like it. They don't like it. And it could be because they're egotistical, or they're narcissistic in some way, or unempathetic. Okay? Because not everybody that's unempathetic is a narcissist, so to say, right? But it's like, they don't think you should have your own life, or they don't think that you should be about yourself. Like, they don't think that you should be building yourself up. Some of y'all, one of the reasons why is because they don't do that for themselves. They don't care about themselves that much. They don't care about their future that much. They don't care about where they're going to be in life and how their life, you know what I'm saying? They don't really care about it that much. So it's almost like they expect you to be the same way because they're the same way. And that's one of the reasons why you were helping them or looking out for them, because maybe you thought that that's all they needed, a little bit of a push, or somebody to kind of, you know, empower them, inspire them, motivate them. But that's not what it was. And so when you recognize that or realize that, and you started pouring more into yourself, they got real pissy about it. They got mad about it. Okay? For others of you, this individual, they're the type where they don't like it when others are also too trying to strive to be successful as well. They want to be the only one winning, so to say. They want a bunch of people around them, building them up, empowering them, inspiring them, motivating them, and they don't want to do that for others. And they don't like it when others have a life outside of them. That's, what the fuck? That's wild, y'all. That is wild. So these are the type of individuals where, like, let's say someone was in a relationship, right? And that individual was like, stay at home for a while. You know, they took care of the household, they took care of, you know, things like that. And the other individual would go out and work. And all of a sudden, the individual that's staying at home is like, well, they want to work too. They want to do something too. They want to have something going for their life too, right? That other individual don't like that. They would rather the other one to keep staying where they were already at, because they're not making as much money as the other individual if they're staying in the home, or if they're all about them or catering their life to them, except, you know. And so maybe when the other individual decided to start going to work and do you know, maybe they decided to get a job outside of the home or start a business or something like that, that other individual that's used to having them waiting on their every hand and foot, or constantly being all about them, or having their whole life revolved around them, they're feeling some type of way. They're pissed off because they they've grown accustomed to that. So they may start to say things or think things like, oh, that individual is, you know, they might think that you're doing, if you're that individual, like in that situation kind of thing, it doesn't have to be that exact thing, right? Where the individual is like staying home or doing something and their life is all about this other individual. And then they decide to kind of switch things up and start pouring more into themselves and building themselves up because they just watched this other individual or helped them build themselves up. So now they want to build their own selves up, right? You know, they may think that you're doing it for other reasons than what you're doing it for. Because they cannot fathom that you would like to have a life of your own, or that you would like to build your own fucking self up, or that you would like to succeed and be prosperous and be proud of something of yourself that's separate or not tied to that other individual. So they may start to throw a hissy fit about it or do little petty dummy shit to piss you off or to make you feel like uncomfortable about putting yourself first or empowering yourself or demanding certain things. Like maybe they would demand of you, you know, and the universe, you could have been wondering, like, are you doing the right thing? You're happy with the choice or the decision that you made because it's making you feel better. It's making you feel more empowered or inspired or motivated or successful or whatever it is. But it's almost like at the cost of something else, or, you know, it comes with this other individual or these other people being pissed off or sad or mad or whatever because you're pouring into yourself, like, because you're happy, you know. Some of y'all, if you're not actually in a relationship with this individual, and a relationship could be like, it could be a partnership situation, right? Let's, you know, or whatever the fuck, like, you know, you all have beautiful imaginations, you know, figure it out, right? But if it's not a relationship, if you're not in a relationship with this individual, it could be that this is like some sort of a relation that you may have with another individual. Not a relationship like a partnership or a union or a love type situation, but just an associate of somebody or a relation, right? If they're used to you always like running behind them or wondering what they're doing, what's going on, or, you know, like I said, like making your life pretty much all about them, they're like really upset about it, that you're pouring more into yourself, that you're putting more time, effort, and energy into yourself and focusing more on yourself. Some of you all, this is really just you deciding to choose to do things and not really giving a fuck if other people like it or not. Whereas you may have used to care if other people like it or not. And they don't like the fact that you're not considering their bullshit as feelings. Because that's what it is. It's bullshit. Because they're not upset about something that's really worth a fuck, right? Like they're upset because you're doing for yourself more. And not in an egotistical or narcissistic way. In a way that you should have already been doing to begin with. Right? So it's their views and perspectives that are flawed per se on why you're doing what you're doing or how you're doing what you're doing. Because they either want their cake and eat it too type of thing, or they want things to stay the same, Some of y'all, they like want to be able to expect certain things with you, and they don't like the fact that they can't expect, like they can't control you or control something about what you're doing. Don't like that. So an example, if this is like a money type situation, maybe they were able to control you before because maybe you weren't making as much money as them. And when you start to pour into yourself, and you have your own funds or you have your own thing going on, they can't control you anymore. Wow. So they're, yo, what the fuck is wrong with people, man? What is, y'all, like, woo. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. So you're deciding to have your own path. Some of y'all could have created your own path or started doing things your own way. Maybe somebody suggested you to do something a certain way or thought they knew better than you, and because you're going about things your way and actually becoming very successful, might I add, they don't like that shit because it proves that they were wrong, number one, about whatever advice or wisdom they gave to you, that they thought they gave to you. But also, they could have wanted some sort of clout off of what you were doing. They can't say that they're the reason why you succeeded in a situation. Because you essentially took that power away, but you didn't do it for that reason. You get what I'm saying? Like, you didn't do it to be malicious or manipulative or vindictive, so to say. And they probably think you did. Like, you did something on purpose. Like, you just on purpose decided to succeed so you can hurt that individual's feelings. Like, what the fuck? Why can't you just be happy? Why can't you just want to do better in life? Why can't you just want something for your fucking self? You get it? Without it being, oh, well, it's because of this. They want to do that. Or, oh, it's because of that. That's why they want, like, what? So some of you all, this is a friend, okay, or was a friend that you could have been dealing with this with. For some of y'all, they could have been dealing with somebody else treating them like that. And maybe you felt sorry for them or wanted to help them or look out for them. And they ended up like wasting what you did for them. Others of you, this is somebody who you could have looked out for them or helped them through difficult times. And they could be still expecting that. And they're mad because they can't keep getting that from you. Or because you're taking the time, effort, and energy that you were basically sacrificing to help them or look out for them. And you're putting it back into yourself. But it's almost like you could have been doing this the entire time that you were involved with that individual, to where they don't know any different. So now that you're pouring into yourself or being a little bit more selfish, they're having a hissy fit about it. They're pissed the fuck off about it. Wow. You're able to make yourself happy. It's almost like somebody's mad because you're able to make yourself happy, or you're trying to do things to make yourself happy so that you can continue to look out for others or do for others or show up for yourself or whatever the fuck. They can get the fuck on with that fucking stupid ass shit. That's stupid as fuck. Now, I get it if you're messing up their life while you're doing that, or if you were doing, you know what I'm saying? But like, y'all, come on. Wow. You're making the most out of every chance that you can get, for the most part, to achieve your goals. You're very, very driven at this time to succeed. And you're just not allowing anything to stop you. For some of you all, it is because you had a powerful revelation of some sort. Some of y'all, this is, a coming to age type of thing. Like, you're recognizing, hey, you're only going to get older type of thing. Might as well try to use the time, effort, and energy that you have now to do the best, or be the best, or make the best that you can. There are others who love how confident you are. All right? And again, it's not your job to fix others. Or you need to be reminded of that or something. Because some of y'all, you could have thought that that was part of your divine mission of some sort or something. You're recognizing that it's not. It's not. Okay? You could be creating new traditions of some sort, and maybe that's what's got somebody's panties in a bunch, is because Is because you're doing things the fucking way you want, not the way that it's expected of you. You ain't hurt nobody doing that. You ain't fucking up nobody's life doing that. Y'all. And in that process of building these new traditions that you've been building, you have become better than somebody thought you would. So somebody could have made you feel like guilty for choosing yourself, or it could have made you feel like you couldn't be better without them or do better, or you're dumb for trying to go that route with something. You should have just kept pouring into them because, you know, they're the ones that's going to be the success. They're the main character. They're all this old stupid shit, right? You became better than somebody thought you would. Wow. So somebody could have even been hoping that things didn't work out for you, so you would come running back to them, or so that they could sun you, so to say, like sun you as in like make you feel like you're dumb or stupid or less than or whatever the fuck. And that's not what happened. You actually became really successful for many of you. Right? Wow. Wow. So for some of y'all, you could have been dealing with an individual who doesn't want you to speak the truth about something, or doesn't like to hear the truth that you speak, because it makes them feel ashamed or makes them feel like they have to face their demons, so to say, or their inner demons. Or they have to deal with the stupid things that they think, or the dumb choices or decisions that they made. So it's almost like for some of y'all, somebody wants you to help them or look out for them or care about them, but they don't want what comes with that, right? So let's say like, you know that individual is fucking up, right? And they want your help, right? They don't want to hear you tell them, hey, you probably shouldn't do that next time, or hey, you should probably think differently about this thing, or hey, that motherfucker that you want to go be in a relationship with again is a piece of shit. They're trash. Or hey, you know these thoughts that you have about this thing? Yeah, you don't want to probably continue thinking that way about that thing, because you look weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, I mean, some of y'all, you might talk to your friends or partners or whatever like that, but many of y'all, you're not going to say it in that way. You're just going to hold them accountable for their actions or their choices or decisions, or maybe you're just not going to hold back about the way that you think. So like an example, right? Let's say this individual was in a fucked up relationship with somebody and they needed you to come look out for them or help them, right? They don't want to hear you talk shit about that individual, but they want you to help them because they don't want to be reminded that they made some sort of poor choice or decision being with that individual, or doing that thing, choosing that thing. So they act like they really want what it is that you have to offer, or who you really are, or how you really are, but they really don't. They want to like keep you in a box, so to say, or make you be the way that they wanted you to be without you having your own autonomy, so to say, or without you having your own way of being or your own perspectives, views. And for some of y'all, for a while there, you could have kept quiet. You could have not said certain things, but at a certain point, it's like, no, fuck that. Especially if you're seeing somebody continue to make the wrong choices or decisions. Of course, you're probably going to say something about it if you care about them, right? Or if you're with somebody and they're pushing you away, you're not just going to let them keep pushing you away to have an excuse or a reason to run off, to leave the situation. You're the type of individual that you're going to try to make it work. You're going to try to tell these people or this individual, hey, this is what's wrong. Can we work this out? Or can we make this better? Or can you not do this thing? Or, you get what I'm saying? Or, hey, that's how they make you feel. Can they stop making you feel that way? No, they don't want to hear none of that. They don't really, it's almost like they don't really like, it's almost like they like the idea of you, but not you. What the fuck? And it's because they don't want to be held responsible for the shit that they're doing. Or they don't want to feel like they're a bad individual. Or they don't want things to change, or they don't want for you to be able to have some sort of autonomy or have your own thing or be about yourself, or they don't want to see you succeed. It's almost like secret, quiet competition of some sort for some of y'all, like that these individuals are like, what the fuck, man? Whatever. Wow. So some of y'all, you could be gaining a lot more attraction or attention of some sort. Okay, maybe because you're pouring more into yourself, because you're taking better care of yourself, or doing things that are making you more successful. You may have a lot of people or a few people or somebody that is really attracted to you or finds you to be very valuable, very worthy. And this could be improving your confidence in yourself or showing you that maybe you made the right choice or the right decision or whatever. And somebody's like really, they could be mad that, or they could be mad, or they could be thinking that somebody's going to take you from them, or that they're not good enough, or y'all, look, I'm not laughing at y'all. I'm just like, wow, whoever the fuck is dealing with that. I pray, okay, that you know, something gets better. Say it like that. Okay? So maybe you decided to build a supportive network of some sort. Maybe you have new friends, new associates, and it is because people need that. And they could have been used to you not having anyone to support you or to look out for you or to stand up for you. So for some of y'all, that it could have been a bullying type situation. Like maybe for a while there, you didn't know if you were the making the right choices, if you were wrong for putting yourself first or not. And maybe they were making you feel like you were wrong. You know, and before maybe you used to listen to it, or maybe you used to just, you know, but other individuals are supporting you and like, hey, no, you're great. Hey, no, you shouldn't be behind the scenes. You should be in the front. Hey, no, don't give up that thing. You're fucking awesome at it. Or, hey, no, you deserve more than that. And I ain't talking about somebody that's trying to feed your ego and make you feel like, oh, you're better than what you are, or deserve more than what, or they're unrealistic. No, like these people are realistic about the things that they're saying to you or the ways that they're making you feel. They're not just say like, you know, firing you up. They're recognizing true characteristics about you. But maybe because you didn't have anyone to really tell you what it was before, you may have would like kind of like push those thoughts aside for some of y'all when you would think about, well, maybe you should invest more into yourself, or maybe you should put yourself first, or maybe you should, not allow this other individual to make you feel this way or treat you this way. You could have been trying to keep the peace in a situation. Right? Maybe that's why you weren't saying anything or weren't going about things, because you knew when you start doing things your way or saying certain things or being in certain ways or expressing yourself more or whatever the fuck, they're gonna get pissy about it, mad about it, stupid about it. You know? So you have other individuals who you have a supportive network with, okay? Whether these are friends, coworkers, neighbors, whoever the fuck. And they could be very similar to you or have dealt with similar things as you. you know? They may have similar interests as you or similar beliefs as you, characteristics, backgrounds, something like that. Maybe you're working with a different group of people or started teaming up with a different group of people. Somebody could have been trying to fearmonger, like make you think that they were trying to make you think that making this choice or this decision of some sort that would like improve your life or enhance your life or make you more successful, more prosperous. They could have been trying to make you feel like to be afraid of that or to shy away from it or like, but it wasn't true. Like if they were trying to make you fear something or fear making a choice or decision, there was nothing to fear or there was nothing there. They could have been trying to convince you not to work with somebody because they knew how successful you would be. And they wouldn't be able to control you, or they wouldn't be able to have an individual that could give you credibility or like a good, what's it called when you apply to jobs, and a reference, a good reference. Like you have people like, wow. So for some of y'all, somebody could have been trying to make you like nervous or afraid to do something that was powerful for yourself or good for yourself. And it is based off of their own ego is why they did it. Because they were either afraid that somebody would treat you better than them and you would recognize your true worth or your true abilities, or they were nervous that you would make more money than them, or that you would become more successful than them, or that they couldn't control you, or that you would actually build up some sort of like good reputation of some sort or something. So it's like they don't want people to like you or something like that. Like, and you're lovable. You're really likable. You're really lovable. You're really awesome. Y'all gotta tell me in the comments, like, more about this shit. Like, what the fuck is this? Y'all. Wow. You could have the support of some individuals that you didn't know that they actually supported you, or they were actually like looking out for you, or it could be like surprising to you. And this could have happened since you've been making like choices and decisions that benefit you, that help you become more successful, more prosperous, or that are showing more of who you are, right? People can see you and see the potential in you or the value that you have. And they're like happy about it. They're like inspiring you or making you feel good or telling you like go ahead, keep on, like you're on it, you got it, like you're on the right path, you know. Or that could be your ancestors, your angels, you know, your spirit guides. Okay? Maybe that's what this support network is that you've created for yourself, or that the divine has created for you. Because it's like, you don't need none of that bullshit that somebody was trying to make you like be okay with or think was normal, or, you know, y'all. Because for some of y'all, you could have dealt with a situation. I mean, let's just be real here. Look, I ain't telling y'all secrets or nothing. And look, we can be real here. Some of y'all was a little bit nervous to be on your own, to do something on your own, to not maybe have a partner or, you know, a friendship or something. And you could have recognized that you didn't need that. Others of you, somebody was trying to play off of humans' need of that, to try to like keep you in a situation or to try to make you feel like, okay, I see what it is. All right. So for some of you all, maybe in past times, you could have dealt with like abandonment type of things. Okay. And how people feel when they are abandoned. Somebody may know that about you, and they were trying to essentially use that against you, like to try to keep you in a situation that was not necessarily allowing you to be the best that you could be, or that was not allowing you to pour more into yourself, empower yourself, and make yourself more successful. That's what, okay. So that's one of the reasons why some of you all could have been going above and beyond for an individual or people, because of either a fear of missing out, okay, FOMO, or you didn't want to feel the feeling of not having somebody or being abandoned or something like that. Like I said, they could have made you think, oh, nobody would support you like they support you, or no one would care for you like they care for you, or no one would be, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't true. It's almost like somebody wanted you to be insecure about yourself, or they were like making plans based off of an expectation that you would be insecure. But they realize that you're not insecure, or you're not naive, or you're not dumb or stupid, or whatever the fuck they thought you were. You have some very powerful entities that are supporting you. Okay, like spirit guides, ancestors, angels, like, and some of y'all, these are actual physical beings. You may have very different like ideas or perspectives or theories about reality, existence, some of y'all politics, different things. And someone may not like to hear it, because it like forces them to like, it almost puts a mirror up to them. Some of y'all could just be talking about stuff and you're not trying to put a mirror up to somebody. You don't know that this individual has these weird tendencies or these beliefs that they have or whatever. You're just expressing yours, you know? Or you're just doing what you... Look, y'all really got to tell me more about this. Damn. Yo. Okay, so you may know more than somebody thought you knew about something. Someone had this idea about you. They could have thought that they knew you better than they know you. Or they could have thought that they could predict you. And they're like, what the fuck? An example, somebody could have thought that you were weak, needy, naive, dumb, a pick-me, etc., and that's not what the fuck you are. Oblivious, they thought you were oblivious to something, that you couldn't see the truth about something, or that you couldn't see the truth about them, about what they really wanted, or why. Y'all, you know, oh my God. I don't know how this, I mean, I kind of know, okay, how this relates to this message, all right? I know everybody ain't into hip-hop that watch me and stuff like that, all right? Y'all know, not all y'all like rap, hip-hop, etc., but look, that's mostly what, you know, I grew up on. And mostly what I have listened to in my life. Although I've listened to all kinds of music. You wouldn't even probably think music that I listen to. You know, like classical music and, you know, just country and all kinds of stuff. All right? Anyway, but there's a song. This song is with DMX. I believe it's DMX and Cisco. Is it? And it basically goes, what they really want from a, they want, what you really want from a, So if y'all are not that sensitive to like cussing and hip hop, rap type music, check out that song, or let me know if you know that song or know of that song. For some reason that could be like kind of what you're dealing with or going through, okay? And obviously not all of you are men, okay? Majority of you are actually females, but still somebody could be going through that type of situation even if they're a female. And basically like what that song is saying is like somebody is going through something or they're dealing with an individual that only wants them for a certain thing, or is not really expressing fully what they want from somebody, or is like playing games with somebody or something like that. Okay? What they really want from a I honestly used to really like that song. Yeah. So I like the beat of it. I like the vibe of it. But anyway, so it's like, for some of y'all, somebody was hiding what they really wanted from you, or how they really felt about you, or what they were really using you for, or like what they really expected of you, or something like that. For others of you, it's like whatever the fuck they expected or wanted from you is either unrealistic, or it's not fair, or it's dumb. Something. Or somebody's not telling you why they're really doing something. For some of y'all, this goes with the whole, like, somebody likes you, or cares about you, or wants to deal with you, or work with you, or team up with you, or whatever. They could be like hiding their feelings from you, but it's not for a bad reason. It's because they don't want you to think that they're like weird, or they don't want you to think that they're obsessive over you, or they don't want you to think that for some of y'all, they don't want you to think they're a simp. Just say it like that, male or female, okay? For some of y'all, they don't they feel like it's not the right time to let you know something, or like what they really want out of some about a deal or something. Somebody may be trying to work a deal with you, or wanted to work a deal with you, or something about a deal. A deal. Maybe they want to like talk to you about a deal, or they're trying to figure out a way to compromise with you, or compromise in a situation. Okay, so for some of y'all, these other individuals that already see, okay, you're about your business, you're moving on, you're doing what you're doing, you're putting yourself first, you're choosing you, or whatever the fuck. They're trying to figure out how to keep you still in a situation with them, or how to like not make you leave completely, or y'all, this is the weird for me being not reading for a little while now, okay, up until today, okay, posting reads. What a wild reading to come back to, right? What a fucking reading. So you're not afraid to go out and get what you want. So maybe before you weren't bargaining. Y'all, what is this? Okay, so like maybe you weren't asking what you really wanted out of a situation, or maybe you were nervous to like ask for more, or want more, or to do more for yourself. But you're not anymore. Your ancestors fix that, or your angels. They're like, oh, no. Baby, you are worth more than what you think you are. Or you're more valuable than what you think you are. Or something is worth it more than you may have thought it was. And then they're like, no, you gotta realize that you're a beautiful human. You're a great human, or you're maybe you have some really powerful gifts or abilities or ideas or something like that, like I said in the beginning. And it's not meant to just be for one individual or a few individuals. Like, yeah. Yeah, you're worthy of success. An upgrade. Okay, now I'm sensing that song, let me upgrade you, let me upgrade you. So like I said, like you could have tried to help somebody or look out for somebody, or maybe you actually did help somebody upgrade. You upgraded them or something. Like they know how valuable you are in their life or to them, but maybe they didn't want you to know how valuable you are. So that could have been why they were trying to make you feel like, you know, you want shit, or you weren't that important, or whatever the fuck, but you figured it the fuck out. Okay? Others of you could have upgraded yourself, or started to do more for yourself, or upgraded something, or something about upgrading. Okay? Wow. Maybe you stopped sharing everything with another individual. Maybe you stopped telling them everything. Maybe because of the ways that they were responding. You know what? Some of y'all, this is the type of individual where like you tell them what your goals are or what you want to do, and they may shit on it, or they may like make funny faces about it, or they may like try to talk you out of it type of thing. And maybe in the past you used to let them do that, but you're like not doing that anymore because you've gained some sort of success, or you learned somehow that you can trust yourself. You could trust in the divine, or you could trust in your path, or whatever it is that you're doing. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So exactly. So somebody they enjoyed what you did for them, or how you are, or who you are. Or somebody enjoys you. They love like what you have to bring to the table, or bring into a situation, or what you got to offer, or something like that, y'all. So you're definitely not being mistreated in another situation. For sure. Okay? Or you're not mistreating yourself. You're not allowing people to mistreat you. Fuck all of that. Okay? Yeah. Not everybody who acts like a friend is a friend. Ain't that the motherfucking truth? Wow. So, let's see. Let's get... Okay. Let's see. Yep. So, you're one of a kind in a very, very, very awesome way. And that's one of the reasons why the universe, or the divine, or your ancestors, your angels, they're like, no, you're not about to waste all this good that God or the universe or whatever put into you or allowed you to accumulate, or that you are, these gifts or these abilities or these talents or whatever it is that you got going on. They're like, no, you ain't about to waste all of that. Divine ain't put all that in you for you to waste it or to only have it, hoard it or whatever. Wow. Wow. Yeah, so you're definitely not ignorant. Somebody thought you were. That's crazy. Or somebody's happy that you're not. They see you know what's up. Yep. Like I told y'all, like I said in the beginning, I said the universe said it's your time to shine. All right. Divine said it's your time to shine. Your ancestors, the angels said it's your time to shine, baby. Yes. One of the gifts or abilities that you have a very powerful ability to make people feel seen. Okay? For some of y'all needed to know that. Okay? That is a very powerful gift or ability. You make people feel safe with you, confident around you, happy around you, secure, loved, etc., etc. Okay? And they like that you legitimately and truly want to see them do great or do better or improve, or you legitimately and truly want the best for them or want to see them happy or something like that. So like a lot of individuals feel like you're a real true friend, or if they treated you like shit or took advantage of what it was that you had to offer, they now feel that way. They may regret what they did to you or something like that, you know? But listen, y'all, keep shining like the star you are, baby. Because some of y'all, you're a star. You're meant to be a star. And I ain't talking about, like, well, for some of y'all, it is, like, celebrity or, like, like really wealthy or financial type stuff. It could be that. But it's really just you. Your character, who you are. Right? You're one of a kind. Right? No star twinkles the same as another. No star shines the exact same way as another. All right? Keep shining like the star you are. With that being said, I will see y'all in the next reading.